Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for downloading Sporgy for free on iTunes or from ChristopherMedia.net. Please make sure to rate Sporgy 5 stars on iTunes and help to tell others about Sporgy by leaving a comment. Thank you for following Sporgy on Twitter at Sporgy Podcast and on Instagram at Sporgy_podcast. Please follow Sporgy on Facebook to like and share Sporgy. You can also email the show. The address is sporgy at ChristopherMedia.net. If you would like to donate to Sporgy, you can click on the PayPal button at ChristopherMedia.net. If you use Amazon.com, please click and bookmark the Amazon link at ChristopherMedia.net. It will not cost you any extra money, and you will help to support Sporgy. If you are looking to launch your own website, please click through the HostGator banner at ChristopherMedia.net. Christopher Media uses HostGator to host all of the shows produced by the Christopher Media Network. When you click through the HostGator banner at ChristopherMedia.net and sign up for HostGator, you're helping to support Sporgy. We know that choosing the perfect gift for a man is a difficult task, but not anymore. TheBroBasket.com is here to help. We all know men are hard to shop for, but what do guys actually like? Their favorite alcohol, that's what. It could be craft beer, wine, whiskey, scotch, or tequila. TheBroBasket.com will put it in a gift basket full of their favorite gear and goodies. You can customize your own Bro Basket or choose from a variety of different Bro Baskets, like the Ultimate Import Sampler, the Jack and Coke gift set, or the Junior Executive gift basket. Boozeless, but still cool, Bro Baskets are also available. TheBroBasket.com gives you many shipping options to choose from, including rush delivery and Saturdays. 21 and over, please. State and local laws apply. Beer, wine, and liquor are not available for shipping in all states. You can help to support Christopher Media by clicking through the BroBasket.com banner at ChristopherMedia.net. Men used to be hard to shop for. TheBroBasket.com.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Welcome to Sporgy, the show that gives you half-ass sports fans giving their half-ass opinions. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Rich.
Welcome to Sporgy number, we're going to call it 15.2, because there's an episode that, well, I'd like to say it got recorded and got lost, but nope, it never got recorded. Miscommunication.
It's just a lost episode. Yeah, it's just a lost episode.
Literally, like, it ain't coming back. There's no saving it. It was Rich and I yammered on for 2 hours. The record button had not been hit. So, what are you going to do? We're going to do 15.2. That's what we're going to do. Well, we've already said our names, so we'll say them again. I'm Chris.
Rich. The real bummer about that being lost is we lost our picks for opening week and week 2. Did we lose our picks for week 2 as well?
No, we have week 2 logged in our little. Thanks to Mark Zuckerberg, we got week 2
because we're recording late. Yes, we're recording this on Wednesday night. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but no,
we'll get to that later. But yeah, our week 1 picks might be a little bit off, so you might have to give us a mulligan on that one.
Yeah, we'll go through the games, and I'm pretty sure I can remember who I picked. I think I can, once we get there, maybe our memories will be jogged. But week 3, it means we're almost a quarter done. What the fuck?
It's amazing how quick it goes, huh?
I know, right?
Well, before we get to that, let me talk about something that 3 people that are listening maybe actually give a fuck about. But if you've listened to any episodes of us, you know that I'm a hockey guy, so of course I got to talk about the World Cup of hockey. World Cup of Hockey this year is set up in a very interesting way. And do you have any idea how it's set up there, Chris? As far as
I had no idea it was even going on.
Really?
Quite. Yes.
Outstanding. That's great. Okay. All right. Well, the way.
Well, is this basically qualifying for like the Olympics in 2 years, or what is the world? Educate me, Rich. What is the World Cup of Hockey?
It's a international hockey tournament. It's the third one they've had. It's been 12 years since they had the last one, and it's being held in Canada this time around. I guess it's just a way to get all the best players in the world together, have them go in a short tournament, which is part of the thing I want to talk about. It's way different than a season, a Stanley Cup playoff, which is you have to grind it out. These are 2-3 games you play. You have play-in games, and then you move forward. And it's like Olympic Games. Everything could rest on one game. So basically, the way it's broke down is you have Canada, you have the Czech Republic, Finland, Russia, Sweden, the United States, Europe, and the rest of Europe, and then you have North America, which is 23 and under players from North America. The interesting part is Canada and USA were in the same pool, same group, and basically the way it's been talked about in the hockey world is the USA team was built almost exclusively to beat Canada. And they went and they picked players that I'm not really sure they should have picked. Let's just put it that way. Like one of the best players in the league isn't even on the team, and I'm talking about Phil Kessel for everybody. Sorry. He's 28 years old. He's from Wisconsin, so obviously he qualifies for Team USA. He was on the Penguins last year, won the Cup, and he wasn't even chosen for the team. And they went with what they called the gritty players. Apparently, they picked, as us here in Detroit, we'll remember we had the grind line. They picked a whole team of grindliners, according to some people's opinion. And that really bit them in the ass because they went 0-2 in their first 2 games, and they're now out of the tournament. And the funny
Canada?
No, U.S.
The U.S. Oh, my bad.
Which was picked to be in the finals by a lot of people to be going against Canada.
Ooh, so perhaps some angry people in Las Vegas?
Well, what you have is, I think the last 2 times the U.S. went to the Winter Olympics, they ended up with bronze. And these are not teams that should be getting bronze. They also picked a head coach this year, Mike Tortellini. Hold on a sec. Let me try that one more time. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do. Sorry, I'm a little tired, dude. I've been up all day. You have Mike Tortorella. Excuse me. Yes, thank you. As a head coach. He's not even a head coach right now in the NHL.
Sounds like, is he a delicious cheese-filled pasta?
Yeah, yeah. Well, his ass is getting chewed on. I'm pretty sure by U.S. hockey fans. So, there you go. But yeah, it's the way the team was built. They picked guys like Justin Applicator from the Red Wings, and they put him on the second line. Guys that in this type of tournament, because this type of tournament, if you're a hockey fan, you understand it's win now or go home. And what you want is and I'm an old school hockey guy. I want the big tough, guys. I want the fucking hulking defenseman to stand people up at the blue line. But this is not that type of tournament. This tournament is you either win, you go home. In this type of tournament, the speed wins and playmakers win and guys that can create space without using the body. And this is absolutely not the team the U.S. has. And it's not the mindset the U.S. hockey team has. And the interesting part is that, like I was telling you, you have Team North America, which is obviously from the players from North American continent, 23 and under. Well, they're 23 and under. These guys are fucking flying around the ice. I mean, the speed is amazing on this team. And a lot of people who thought they would, be diehard root for the U.S. team are now rooting for the North American team. And I'm kind of one of them. I mean,
so all you got.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, usually I go, U.S., Canada, once the U.S. is out of it. But, I mean, the North American team has a lot of good players on it, a lot of young players from the NHL. And once again, it's showing that, because, and this is something, it's not international rules. International rules of hockey are different than the NHL rules. They're playing under the NHL rules, so it's a smaller arena, et cetera, et cetera. They go to overtime. It's not, it's not, well, if they go to overtime, it's the shootout now, but, back in the day, it was you play until somebody wins in the NHL, which is still that way in the playoffs. I'm sure if it came down to the championship game, they're not going to go to a shootout. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, because this kind of snuck up on me. I forgot about this even happening until a couple months ago. So I haven't really put as much time studying it as I would have in the past. But I just find it amazing that you have this brain trust for the U.S. hockey team, who sends these guys to the Olympics every 4 years, who we have the World Cup of Hockey this year, an Olympic year, but an off-Olympic year for the Winter Olympics, and the U.S. team doesn't win one game. I mean, that's an issue right there. And it's not going to get better until heads start rolling at the top. And that's what, if you're a hockey fan, that's what's going to start happening. I mean, even if you're just a casual hockey fan, I mean, Tortorella is a coach that you recognize the name even if you don't recognize him. Phil Housley is one of the assistant coaches. I mean, you got guys that there's no reason this team should play as badly as it played, but it did. And well, it is what it is. I mean, you got Jonathan Quick, who's won a cup in net. You have Corey Schneider, who's won a cup in net. I mean, Jack Johnson, on the defense, who, I mean, he plays for Columbus, but highly touted, defenseman. Ryan Suter, we all remember when he was a free agent, the shit that was going to happen. Patrick Kane, him of the non-tipping the taxi driver. Zach Parise. This is not a team that should be losing and getting swept out of, a tournament like this. So it's just interesting to watch. And as far as international hockey goes, I think heads are going to roll with USA hockey here pretty soon. And if not, they should. And if you're one of the 5 people in the world who actually follows, and you're from the U.S., who actually follows USA hockey in the Olympics, you should be pissed off. And you should fucking demand that heads roll. Because there's no excuse for this type of shit. There's no way. When you have Ben Bishop, Jonathan Quick, Corey Schneider backstopping your team, and you can't win one game, come on now. Come on. I mean, it's ridiculous. And excuse me, Schneider's not from Chicago. He's from New Jersey. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, that's my little rant. But anyways, Team North America, awesome team, young team, lots of speed. Just won today, moved on. And if you're a hockey fan, I don't have to tell you, this team is going to make it exciting to watch. I mean, this has got Dylan Larkin from the Red Wings, Jack Eichel, so many, Connor McDavid, so many of the, Ryan this is something in hockey that's starting to irritate me. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Really? We really need all the hyphenated names in fucking hockey, but you're getting more and more of them. Like this is an excellent young team, so hey, it'll be probably the last time we talk about them. But if you're a casual hockey fan and you like good, exciting, fast-paced hockey, tune in Team North America. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna like what you see. And with that, I end the hockey talk for the next 5 episodes.
Well, I mean, what training camp started? Hockey season begins in a couple weeks, right?
I want to say October 15th, 16th, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually beginning of October, so
Well,
September's almost fucking done. That's crazy.
I know that the World Cup is promised not to go past October 1st, so that gives them a couple weeks to do their, to get the players back onto their regular teams and get them some time as far as training camp. So we'll see how that goes. So, anywho, now that we're done with the bullshit hockey, where the fuck to start with the NFL, man?
Yeah, I know, right? We're 3 weeks in. We're behind.
Well,
I mean,
you brought up an interesting point about if Garoppolo doesn't play, which
first black quarterback will ever start in New England.
Well, I think with a separated shoulder, and I think he's played himself into a way better contract than he had before his first 2 games, 1.5 games, whatever you want to call it. If I was his agent, I wouldn't let him fucking step on the field with a separated shoulder and go play. Man. So, I mean, what does he have to win? If he goes out there and he plays like shit, his stock is dropping. If he goes out there and he gets hurt further, then he's really fucked. Because this is the NFL, and that stands for not for long. If you ain't bringing in the fucking, if you ain't bringing the shit. If you come in with a light ass, you're going to be escorted out of the fucking league very quickly. So,
do you think Randy Kraft has told Jim Irsay to suck his cock yet? I mean, the Pats are 0-2, Colts are Pats are 2-0, Colts are 0-2.
Well, I think if I remember our both of our week 2 picks when it comes to the Colts, I think we both kind of overestimated how what the Colts were going to do this year.
Yeah, because I know we both went 0 when they played Detroit. I mean, neither of us had the Colts losing that game.
And I did not have them losing last week. I did not have them losing the first 2 weeks, period. So, first black quarterback in New England. Okay, I know there's a joke in there somewhere, especially with Boston having the history it has. But
it was like today when I went to a Taco Bell and there was nothing but Hispanic people working here. I'm like, there's a joke in here somewhere, but it's not the day to put this on social media. I was like, does this Taco Bell have the most street cred ever? That was my first thought.
What, no Del Taco out there?
This place out here called Taco Time that is delicious.
Is it all gringos working there?
Well, I mean, I'm out west, so I mean, generally there's a Mexican somewhere. Wherever I've gone to eat, there's a Mexican somewhere. You're in the kitchen or at the register. There's at least one. I think think you have to out here.
So, I mean, what are your thoughts if I don't even know who the backup to Garoppolo is?
Jacoby something is what I want to say.
And who's his backup? Some wide receiver?
Yeah, I know, right?
Who played
some
in
guy
high school?
Some guy was the 10th caller on a Boston sports station.
Well, I saw a picture. Someone said it had a picture of Peter Griffin from Family Guy in his Pats uniform, and it said New England signs backup quarterback Peter Griffin, and I'm like, well, at this point,
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I picked the Broncos because I think Trevor Seaman. I mean, we've had the conversation of system quarterbacks. I mean, I think Simeon. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Seaman. It's quite homoerotic of me. But I think he's showing in Denver that it's just all about the system out there. Because, I mean, that defense is just... They've won the first 2 games for him.
Well, it's funny you said it, because I was going to say, just to backtrack for a sec, can we talk about maybe... Undoubtedly, Tom Brady is a great quarterback. But can we talk about maybe the system has propped him up and has propped up other quarterbacks? Because remember when he went down for that season? I mean, what was it? Was it shit?
Well, you're hitting on something Bill Burr hit on this week on his podcast. He wants the Pats to lose the next 2 games because it's going to give everyone who's making the argument you're making credence. That, it doesn't matter. It's just all about the system. Matt Castle went in there and won 11 games.
Thank you, exactly, Matt Castle. And when he's done exactly dick since he's left there. I mean, he got paid to do absolutely dick. I mean, that's nice, good for him. But hey, man, facts don't. I mean, the numbers and facts don't lie. Yes, they did well with Bledsoe. Bledsoe went down. Brady stepped in. Yes, Brady's got balls of steel, whatever. However, I mean, Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo, who the fuck, who? Before they fucking put their cleat on the field, we were like, who? These weren't people that we were like, oh boy, yeah, we can't wait for their fucking debut.
Yeah, we're like, what? Janine Garofalo's little brother's a quarterback? What?
Yeah. I mean, and then you take Randy Moss, you put him in that system, and he has a fucking record-setting year. I think there's some validity to the argument that the system is propping up these players. Wes Welker.
I'll make this argument though: the system isn't throwing those balls. The system isn't catching those balls.
No, not at all. And I think we've talked about this before. Coach Hoodie is fucking ruthless, man. He is, if you do not fit his idea of what he wants at your position, it's bye-bye. He don't care who you are. I mean, probably the only one who has carte blanche to be who he is and get away with it, and that's because of craft, would probably be Brady, and that's about it.
Maybe Vince Wilfork.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I said maybe.
I mean, I know that in a way, saying that someone is being propped up because of a system in football is a bad thing, but ultimately, isn't that why you game plan? Isn't that why you have a different playbook for every week of the fucking season?
This is true.
You don't just run out there and run the same fucking 15 plays your first 3 series and hope you get a touchdown. That's not how the game is played.
The Tecmo Bowl method?
Yeah. Hand it off to fucking Jackson.
Hey, have you seen those commercials, by the way? On Sunday? I think it's like a Kia commercial, but it's Tecmo Bowl themed and features Bo Jackson.
Nice.
Running out of the stadium into his Kia. But anyway.
I haven't seen it on TV. I've seen it online, though. Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess. Or maybe he comes back and loses a couple. And that'll stop that argument. Who knows?
Well, also, I mean, he's looking at whoever starts for him this week is looking at J.J. Watt.
Oof.
Okay. And if I'm sitting there with a separated shoulder, a separated throwing shoulder.
He ain't hitting me.
Exactly. I'm buying that offensive line anything they want and making sure they're happy. Because I do not want to be on between the ground and J.J. Watt at all that game. That's just how I would feel, how I think they're looking at it. But, I mean, can we also be honest? They played the fucking Dolphins last week.
Yeah, the Dolphins are a shit show.
Now, the fact that they won against the Cardinals on the road, granted, they only won by a few points, but still.
That was still huge, man. That was huge. That was way bigger than last week.
Yes, that's what gave them legitimacy in my mind, week 1.
Most people will argue that's the AFC Championship game preview. Again.
Wait a minute. Cardinals are in NFC.
I'm sorry, Super Bowl is what they were saying. Never mind.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know if I go that far, but after what the Cardinals did to my poor Bucks,
oof.
Yeah.
I wanted to text you and be like, oof.
Hey, man.
That's a rough one.
Famous Jameis was feeling strong after week 1. But, yeah. And then, of course, muscle hamster. He went down. He's out for 3 weeks. You called it.
Shocking! Oh! On the show that nobody heard, I called it.
You did.
Well, fucking Arian Foster fucked me like I knew he was gonna in fantasy football. God damn it. He's always a gamble. He always gets hurt.
I'll say this, though. After the Lost episode we recorded, I was playing Madden, and Martin went down with an injury. Lost him for half the season. I was like, God damn it. This better not happen in real life. Supposedly he's only gone for 3 games, so we'll see.
Is it me, or does it seem like NFL players are getting less durable? Are they becoming giant pussies? Are the guys hitting harder? Are there PEDs? Like, it doesn't seem to me that when we were a kid, there were injuries like this, especially injury-prone guys. You know, we had a good example here in Detroit of Javid Best. The guy could not stay healthy.
Yeah, you got another one. They just lost their running back for the year. Shit, his name escapes me off the top of my head because he's gone for the season.
All right. Oh, the season?
That's what I heard today.
I didn't know. Oh, I haven't heard. Oh, god damn.
Yeah. So
we got, okay. Theoretic and Dwayne Washington. Oh boy. Hey, at least not Minnesota.
Well, we'll get to that in a second because I got thoughts on that. See, the thing with like someone like Doug Martin, he's a power contact back. That's his style. He's not the elusive Barry Sanders type guy. So I expect his career not to be as long. I don't expect him to be on the fucking injured list as much as he is. But I honestly think you got bigger and faster and stronger players, and this is the outcome. I mean, your average player, not running back, just average player in the NFL has a 3.5-year career. And you got to think, that's after playing Pee-wee, after playing high school, after playing at least 2 years of college. I mean, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body before you ever fucking take a snap as a pro. And then when you're in the pros, you're playing against the best of the best 2,000 people in the world do those jobs, and they're the best 2,000 that they can find. This is not the presidential election this year where we just pick almost two people at random and go, fuck it, go ahead. These owners are not going to put people out there that they don't think are the best they can find. So,
I'd like to point out Jamal Charles got injured week 1, like he fucking always does. Within the first 4 weeks, that guy always gets injured too.
Well, the big injury is Peterson.
Yeah.
That's a 3-month recovery, his meniscus. And
we'll see in the playoffs if we get there.
We need to talk about the fact that I think his career is over. I think he's done. I think he's got a bunch of Reggie Bush meh seasons in front of him if he sticks with it at best.
Now, when he was the whole switch situation, did he get the whole season for that? It's fuzzy to me.
I want to say he did. Or no, he was injured for a whole season.
Well, yeah, but then that came, and I believe he got suspended for the rest of that season, and that's really where, because remember, after the season he was injured, he came back and set the rushing record. But yeah. I think the dividing line for him is that year off that he got I'll say it. I think he got railroaded I think that was bad timing. That was literally a week after or not even a week. I think it was like 2 or 3 days after the Ray Rice thing.
It was real damn close.
Like, everyone was talking about Ray Rice, and then all of a sudden, nobody would shut the fuck up about Adrian Peterson. Like, Ray Rice had to be like, thank you. But,
Well, I will say this. We weren't obviously broadcasting when that happened. If getting hit with a switch means that you no longer deserve to work for the better part of a year, then no female in my family would have worked ever. Because that was the go-to punishment from my great-grandmother to my mother. That was it. Go get me a switch, and you come in with a twig. That ain't good enough. They go out and pull a fucking branch off the fucking tree, whittle it down to where it's just green, put it in water so you're like, oh, you gotta weather it up so it don't chip up on you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you got this down to a science. Like, beating my ass apparently is a full-time job.
And a science experiment.
So, I mean, I don't agree with beating the shit out your kids, but I don't really want to get into the whole thing. We seem these days that if someone fucks up, we want to punish them and take away their ability to have the career they had when they fucked up, whether it be someone talking on the radio, whether it be someone in sports, someone in politics. I'm not down with that, man. People fuck up. People make mistakes. Dude's from the fucking South. All right, and everybody in the South, you got beat with a switch. My family's from the South. I was born up here. I got beat with a switch. So it's what happens, man. What are you gonna do? But I
got hit with a belt.
Yeah.
From the Midwest. That's how we do it here.
That's how we do it, son. But
and I'm sure it went with Adrian Peterson as it went with my folks. It wasn't like ritualistically, hey, it's 4:30, go find a switch. You know, it was probably, hey, you know, like getting hit with the belt was reserved for what you really, 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 really fucked up. Like broke something fucked up or left a scar on your sibling fucked up. Like that kind of shit. And two, I mean, as soon as you got to middle school, you got a little bigger than the old man. That shit stopped anyway.
But yeah, it's like the scene in that movie, Don't Be a Menace. You know you fucked up. You fucked up, you know that, right? You know, I mean, that's like it's what happened. But whatever. No need to go off on that. But yeah, there's an article on NFL.com basically questioning if this is Peterson's last little hurrah in Minnesota, let alone as a player. I mean, dude, he's 31 years old.
Yeah, I did check. He was suspended the most of the 2014 season, and that seems to be the line in the sand for him. Because last year it wasn't that great. I think it wasn't that bad. No, but I mean, when the last thing you have to compare it to is the season where he sets the rushing, or didn't he almost set the rushing record?
Yeah.
But I mean, when the last thing, it's kind of like what here in Detroit. It's everything after the season where fucking Verlander won the Cy Young, and what else? The MVP. I mean, everything after that, you're going to look at it as a disappointment.
But I mean, look at the first two games of this season. All right. Game 1, he rushed for 31 yards on 19 attempts for a 1.6 average. Game
against
2,
the fucking Titans.
Okay, now, granted, he was hurt in game 2. On 12 attempts, he had 19 yards for a 1.6 average. His career average is 4.9.
Yeah.
All right, that's a steep drop off. I mean, that's like that's not even a third down back type fucking yards per carry average. You know, that's not even a fullback yards per carry average, and fullback's a dying position. So, honestly, I think his career's we're watching the twilight of his career. And hey,
the Lions will sign him in the offseason.
Oh, Jesus.
Because that's what we do. We get someone who the sun is setting on, and we talk about how it's going to all turn around. And no, we're taking out somebody else's trash. That's what we do in Detroit.
Good times, I guess.
The recent signing in my mind where everyone was like, yeah, it's going to be different. Yeah, here we go, was Reggie Bush. I was like, anyone who was cheering has not followed his career in the NFL up to this point. Because the Lions signed Reggie Bush. I was like, no! What, so he can get injured here, not play a full season here too? What did he ever put together a full season here?
I honestly don't know, dude. He was there. That's it. He was just, it's okay. We had someone who at one point a whole city pinned its hopes on.
That's like what were we just juiced that that's someone who's had his dick in a Kardashian. I mean,
I guess. Reggie, I remember when he got signed, the talk was on local sports talk radio, they're going to use him as a receiving back. And I'm like, okay, and what are you going to throw screen passes to him all day? I mean, I don't know. The Lions are the Lions. I can't even debate that they'll probably sign Peterson in the offseason because, yes, they do tend to fucking take in everybody's trash so they can at least go, hey, we're the SOL, same old Lions. Which, by
the
the
only
way,
time that's ever worked in my lifetime was Scott Mitchell. That's it.
Yeah, and worked is...
Well, I was going to say, varying degrees of success. It depends on the scene.
Yeah. Well, I will say for people who might be listening who are not from Detroit, after week 1, the hype was, I mean, you could cut it with a knife here in Detroit.
Week 1 and week 2 were classic examples of the dichotomy of the Detroit Lions. Fucking A. There are no...
Oh, I'm sorry,
what's
go ahead.
that? Well, I was to say, there are no two more cut and dry examples of the team we get. Week 1, you got the game. Nobody thinks we're going to win. We're down, 37 seconds left. Stafford looks like a fucking real quarterback for once and drives us down the field, and we win the game. And I don't know. It's when the fourth quarter started last week and we were up 15-3. I was just like, I've seen this movie before. It just they weren't playing with the same intensity that they were the week before. And I just had that feeling in my gut. And sure as shit, they didn't. Since we got up as soon as Tennessee got up 16-15, I'm like, that's it. Like, this is how this movie ends. We're not getting into field goal range. We're not. We've given this game away in the fourth quarter. That is what we do. All right. Maryland does crab cakes in football. All right. The Lions give away the game in the fourth quarter.
Well, what week 1 this year reminded me of was the year that in week 1, a Harrington-led Lions beat Green Bay at Detroit. And everybody was fucking losing their minds out here. Oh, we're Super Bowl, baby! This is it! This is our year! And it was just from there on out, man.
Me and my old bass player will do that every season. If we win the first game, we'll be texting each other, Super Bowl! Just totally, because we know that's how people are going to be.
Just fucking with each other.
Yeah, we're like, we're going to Super Bowl, man! This is our year!
Well, I mean, the talk of, at one point, I thought they were going to take down the Joe Louis, after week 1, the Joe Louis fist, and put up a statue of Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, apparently he was like just the second coming of like Vince Lombardi. So, this is the greatest offensive mind since Mike Martz in The Greatest Show on Turf back in, 2000 or whatever. And no, he's...
How'd Mike Martz work out here?
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, just so everyone knows, Mike Martz, for, I believe, 2 seasons, maybe it was only 1, he had Megatron. He had him I know he had him the year we drafted him. So it's not like he didn't have the players to game plan with.
Was it Martz part of the 0-16 regime?
That would be year 2, I believe, wouldn't it? Yeah, yep. Because that'd be 2008 because 2009 they drafted Stafford first overall. By the way, this needs to be said. Stafford. The only time Stafford should have been picked first is in the second or third round. This whole he's an elite quarterback.
He's not.
Bullshit that people are trying to push that are Lions fans or Stafford apologists really needs to stop. He's a middle of the pack quarterback. He's got heart. He's serviceable, but he's not a guy you build a franchise around.
Nope.
So. I mean, everyone outside of Detroit right now is going, yeah, no shit. I'm glad you guys just figured that out. Well, we've known it, but you wouldn't know it if you lived here because people either hate them or love them. There's really no in between. There's very few people that will call in the sports talk or very few people you talk to that will say Stafford's a middle-of-the-road quarterback. They either, I love him or I hate him.
Because he's not a pile of shit, but, he ain't the second coming of fucking Tom Brady either. He's exactly what you said. He is milk toast, vanilla. You know, put him with your put him with your Jason Campbells, your Alex Smiths, your just your middle of the road guys. Right now, we'll even say your famous Jameis. You know, he's got his moments where he looks great, but he's got his moments where it's like But his excuse is he's at least still new. You know.
Well, I mean, and that's a fair comparison because just like Stafford and Winston have a lot in common as far as their pro careers. Winston, okay, let's not talk about his college shit. Let's take that out of the equation for a second.
Well, Winston at least played his first 2 seasons. Just putting that out there.
Well, Winston has, as far as I've heard, has done everything right in the locker room, in the huddle, off the field since he's been a pro. Ever since he got out of college, he's put all that bullshit behind him, unless he's got some deep, dark secret that's just not bubbled up to the surface yet.
He's got the NFL money. He can buy his own crab meat now.
Yeah. I thought it was a gift. But, he's done everything right, but still, it's just like, as a Tampa fan, I'm like, you got to show me more than just flashes and a game, 3 or 4 games a season. I'm not buying into it. I'm not. I mean,
here comes Herm Edwards again. You play to win the game.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if we're going to talk about week 2 and his performance, that running game is important to Tampa. You take Doug Martin out, you really don't have a running game. And so he just has to fucking heave the ball. And that's Arizona knew it. They were like, well, just play pass defense. They're not going to run the ball. And if they do, they ain't going to get shit anyways. There's no need to fucking stack the line to try to fucking stop the run. Just whatever. Let them get their little 2.3 yards per attempt. Add it up to over even if they run it 3 times in a row, they still don't have enough for a first down. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. So,
did you see RG3 was already out of a job by week 2?
Yeah. Somewhere Rob Parker is jumping up and down saying, "I told you so, sporty cuts," and all that shit.
Come on.
My CWPFs, my close, warm, personal friends. Fucking idiot. My moles are telling me. Shut up, Parker. Jackass.
No, well, but I think RG3 is just like, unfortunately, career not as long, but I think you could throw him in that, let's see, can't say basket of deplorables, the basket of injured people, because RG3 hasn't been the same since his knee, since he blew out his knee his first year. Like, you can just see it when you watch a guy play. That ain't the same dude.
Well, and I think pressure and the fact that he got injured, and I don't think he's playing like some guys you can see once they get a serious injury, they're never the same guy. They always play safe. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd say that about him. I think maybe that's in the back of his mind, but also the pressure of, hey, look, this is your second franchise that you're supposed to be the savior for. And he ends up hurt. And it's going to be in the back of his mind. I don't, this is just irresponsible speculation on my part. I don't see him as the type of guy to bounce back and be like, I'm going to have to prove everybody wrong.
Is he hurt again? Or did he just get benched?
I thought he got hurt.
Oh, because all I know is he started week 1 and then Josh McCown back out there for week 2.
I used to jerk off to porn, but now I don't, McCown. Yeah.
Somewhere John Manziel is going, son of a bitch.
All I know is that Josh McCown and John Kittner are holding a prayer circle somewhere, and RG3 isn't in it.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're not praying for him.
Is John Kittner still playing?
Oh, he's a coach somewhere. Last time I heard, he was coaching like high school football or something.
Oh, thank God. I mean, that was our signal caller for 0-16, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was also your signal caller for 7-2 before the bye week, and then everyone was like, "That's it. This is our year." And then they tanked the rest of the season.
Wasn't Culpepper involved in 0-16 too, or was he the season before? Dude, that's another team's garbage who we took out. That's another Dante Culpepper. So another. Everybody was juiced, and again, I was like, "Do you even follow football?" Like,
do you remember for the split second here in Detroit when the talk was they wanted Mike Vick after he got out of prison?
I thought that would have been a good move, personally. First of all, if any city's going to forgive and forget for some ghetto shit, it's going to be Detroit. And I thought that would have been an answer to two of our problems at once. Quite honestly, a serviceable quarterback and a run game. But he proved in. He had his one good season in Philly when he came back. But I mean, he also proved too. He we talked about a couple episodes ago. It's he was not the same dude after he got out of prison.
Well, who would be? Let's be honest here. It
should be bigger, more muscular.
He can't run as fast, but he can run people over now. He's not.
You were doing 100-yard sprints. You were doing 100-yard sprints in the yard every day in prison, Mike. Keeping that speed up.
No, probably not. Unless he was running from the booty warrior who wanted some.
No.
Hey,
Warren didn't have you doing suicides.
They're like, "Look here, Vic.
Yeah.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way, but I like you and I want you and I'm gonna have you."
Yeah. Oh, look. He didn't run that fast at his combine. But yeah, it's already a crazy fucking. I mean, there's already so many injuries. But I don't know. I mean, should we go over the picks? Because it seems like generally, to paraphrase Harold and Kumar here, the universe is tending to unfold as it should, as far as football wise. I mean, there's nobody that's having a crazy. Well, I mean, 2-0. How crazy of a year can you have? But there's nobody that's come out of the gate that people are surprised about, and there's nobody that's. Well, you know what? I take that back because I think we both thought Philly was going to be a shit show, and apparently not so much.
Yeah, definitely. Philly is. I mean, once again, it's only 2 games, but Philly is the team that's actually shocking me a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we get to the picks, let's literally at 5:00 this afternoon, ESPN, Darren Ravel posted an article about a recent poll of Americans by ePoll Marketing Research, which asked 1,100 people whose demographics were representative of the general population of the United States, who is the most disliked player in the NFL? And it was taken last week, and coming in at 29% was Colin Kaepernick. And he won at 29% over. Take a wild guess who number 2 is. We've talked about him this episode.
Number 2, Brady?
He's on that list, but he's not number 2. Number 2 is Winston with 22%.
Why?
This is
for his college rep?
For taking crab meat, apparently. Like I said, after I just got done saying that ever since he's been a pro, and players and commentators and talking heads have all said the same thing, I'm not alone on this, said he's done everything right since he's been a pro. In the locker room, in the huddle, and as far as, dealing with fans and the city and everything. But now number 3 should come as no shock if you're a Lions fan.
That's Stafford.
No, man. Come on, dude.
Wait. Lions. Sue?
There you go. Sue! 21%. Yeah, 21%. So, I mean, right there, you got 29 for Kaepernick, 22 for Winston, and 21% for Sue. You got a large portion right there. That is 3 players who apparently are highly disliked. Then, of course, you got Brady. He has 13%. And Roethlisberger with 10%, which I kind of think Brady and Roethlisberger, I mean, yeah, Roethlisberger's, he's had a checkered pro career off the field.
Gotta say, Roethlisberger's probably he likes to punch strippers.
Yeah, he likes to get rowdy in the bathroom stall with females. But I think
he was not pleased that there was no sex in the champagne room.
But I honestly think a lot of that coming from Brady and Roethlisberger is probably more so who they play with and the hatred. Because if you hate the Steelers, you hate the Steelers. And if you hate the Patriots, you hate the Patriots.
My first reaction to Brady, I was like, that's probably haters. That's probably more people just hating on general principle.
But yeah, as far
like
as,
I used to.
In August 2014, they did the same poll. And this is after the NFC Championship game. Kaepernick only had a 6% dislike. So I think we all know where this is coming from, and for what is. Do we really need to go into it? I don't think so, but I think we all know where this is coming from and what's causing this. But
so I open up my ESPN app to bring up the Week 1 results to get ready for the picks. I'm reading the most ludicrous headline ever. Lions executive: we are not signing Ray Rice. Are you fucking... okay, Internet, you win. I'm clicking. How is this even from... So this is from 14 minutes ago. FS1 reported Wednesday that the Detroit Lions were having serious internal discussions about bringing in free agent running back Ray Rice. But a high-ranking Lion executive told ESPN's Adam Schefter, we are not signing Ray Rice. Dude, so you know that means we're signing him, right?
I was going to say, this is like we have total confidence in our coach.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
We're not firing him. Fast forward a couple fucking weeks, maybe even just a week.
Weeks, let's say 2 days.
Yeah, days actually, yeah. My bad. And he is gone. See ya. Yeah. Oh, God. Really? This is what the Lions need.
Hey, wasn't I just saying Detroit forgiving and forgetting? Oh, we'll have to keep an eye on this one.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Talk about picking up another team's trash. Yeah.
I know, right?
Good Lord.
And my concern isn't even his durability. The guy was pretty durable when he played. He ain't playing it down in football in 3 years.
Well, I mean, we know he can take a hit and deliver one.
Oh, right?
Bump. So, yeah. Because supposedly that's what started that whole thing was his old lady decided to use him as a punching bag, and he was like, I don't think so. So, oh, good Lord. Oh, Jesus, dude. Like there's not enough. Can you imagine? And this is just me, because all right, look, I'm not down. Obviously, I'm not fucking condoning beating on your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. But at the same time, does Detroit really need to take that hit with the social justice warriors? I mean, I can already hear people in horn-rimmed glasses being triggered on Tumblr and Twitter as you spoke this into existence. So I just really...
It'll be like anything else. The people all fired up about it won't even be football fans.
Exactly.
It's like the people in Washington, D.C. who are all fired up about the Redskins probably don't give two shits about football.
Well, that's how it always is. The squeaky wheel is going to get the grease. And let's be honest, a good portion of people who are probably going to shit all over Ray Rice being signed and playing again for any team don't like football to begin with. And so this is just an excuse to add more fuel to that fire for them. Mm-hmm. So they can go, look at these barbaric people, blah, 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 blah.
Don't watch it. Like, everyone acts like you have to watch football. Like, no, you fucking don't. You know, this isn't 40, 30 years ago. There's other shit on Sunday afternoon.
What are you going to do? You can't argue with those type of people because they define themselves by what they don't like instead of what they actually like. So you can't argue with that. And they don't argue that they're right. They just argue that you're wrong if you're on the opposite side of them. Mm-hmm. You know, they never try to prove a point. They just go, you're wrong, deal with it. And
call you subjects. Things we'll be talking about on this week's Unregimented, available Saturday. on iTunes, ChristopherMedia.net. Sure, we'll be covering that line of thinking tomorrow with what's been going on in the country this week. So, all right, after 2 weeks, you, my friend, are 18 and 14, and I am 17 and 15.
Yeah, I think we need a third person to we need to have like a third Aaron. We need to have Aaron just here. Go by the color of their uniform.
Well, no, he'll end up picking them like Lisa Simpson. Well, surely a lion could beat a bear.
Exactly. Because we're too in lockstep on a lot of these picks, man.
Yeah, and we're perfect on the college picks. But is it our fault we know too much about football? All right.
Someone right now is screaming at their fucking iPhone or
right?
Or their exploding Galaxy, going, "You fucking idiots don't know shit about shit. I could do what you do," and you probably could.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you want to be a co-host, send your your air check tape.
Sporgy. I think it's Sporgy at ChristopherMedia.net.
Oh Christ! Good times, good times.
But so we stand on the precipice of week 3.
Yes. So, all right.
Means I need to open up the ESPN app I just closed again. All right. So, Thursday, battle undefeated. Someone's leaving this game with an L. Texans at Foxborough. No Tom Brady. No Jimmy Garoppolo. Holy fuck. How do you pick this game? Houston -1.
Oh, we're giving the lines? Shit.
No, I'm just. I mean, how do you pick? I mean, if Tom Brady's playing, you pick the Patriots. But I mean, oof. You got Brock Osweiler versus 2 guys he has more NFL experience than. Just if you add up all the games, he played 3 games last year, so maybe Garoppolo's got him by a couple. And
like we talked about, no agent worth a shit is going to co-sign and rubber stamp Garoppolo playing. That's going to be a decision that he has to make. But you know that the Patriots are going, Tom Brady would play hurt. Tom Brady would play with this injury. So,
is this the Pats' first home game, or was it last week? Their first home game was last week, so this isn't their first home game. I mean, I'm going with Texas. I may regret this, but I gotta default to signal callers here. I mean, at least if it was Garoppolo, I'd flip a coin, quite honestly. But I think if Garoppolo doesn't start, which more than likely is going to happen, it's going to come down, I think, to experience.
I think it's going to come down to defense, and I this is a bold statement on my end, but as of right now, with the Patriots being rudderless as far as a signal caller, and a quarterback is so important as far as leadership, I know a defensive captain would slap me in the face very hard for saying that. I'm going to go with the Texans also.
We'll move on our part.
I just think Watt and company are they smell blood in the water. They sense blood in the water. And 3-0 is just something that franchise wants. And as much as people shit on Watt, yeah, he's kind of corny, but ultimately, he's one of the best players in the NFL. So
he's gonna corny his way into the Hall of Fame the way he plays.
Well,
the only way I see New England getting loose in that game is they double cover Watt the entire game, and the QB makes some lemons out of some lemonade. I mean, that's the only way. You got to bottle up Watt, but then that that takes up an extra guy off your. We're gonna overthink it. Just Texans. I'm going with the Texans.
This will be my last thought on it. If I'm Watt, I am pulling aside my defensive line and my linebackers and going, they're going to double cover me, but I'm going to send one of you guys kids to private school for a year if you knock their fucking quarterback out.
I'll buy all of your wives diamond earrings.
Yeah, so someone's going to make a lot of money, whoever knocks the quarterback out.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's game over.
Yep. Next game, Cardinals, Bills, Cards. I mean,
that's
just
not even...
Cards are 1-1. But if you go by what you've seen on the field this year, come on.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on the Cards on this one. Bills are they're a dumpster fire. I mean, they fired their offensive coordinator after 2 weeks. You have Sexy Rexy, who's up there basically saying things like, why am I even still here? And even though he gives good soundbite, the media will turn on him just as quick as they'll, play his sound bites. So,
yeah, Sammy Watkins and his broken ass foot.
Yeah, I don't see Buffalo pulling that one out, but that's why we predict them. We'll see come Monday if I was right or wrong.
Next one, Raiders Titans. Yeesh. You know what? Not so much yeesh. I'm going with the Raiders. If you've watched either of those games, the Raiders got themselves a team this year. They haven't been. I mean, they were getting trucked the beginning of that last game, but they ended up making it a game, and they've done it both times. And they came back and won that game. They beat the Saints.
And you can't sleep on that, man. I mean, I know it's not the Saints of 5 years ago, but you still have Drew Brees, so you still have a puncher's chance in the fight. So I'm gonna go, and this one is just pure gut feeling and a little bit of hatred for the Saints because they're in the same division as my Bucks. I'm gonna go the Raiders. So yeah,
gotcha. I'm also going the Raiders. Welcome to the sports show where everybody agrees on everything. Browns
and Dolphins.
Can we pass? Hard pass?
Okay, I'll just throw it out there, Dolphins.
Browns. Dolphins are pretty banged up in more ways than one. Yeah, Browns. I'll dare to be different.
Okay.
Ravens, Jaguars. Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Oh, here we go. Lions at Lambeau. Just call that an L.
Come on, dude. We even got to talk about this?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's the Pack.
Broncos at Cincinnati. Broncos. I mean, that defense is just fucking insane in Denver.
Yeah.
Kubiak's just got to be looking at Houston's way and go, huh? Fire me, huh? All right. I want a Super Bowl, dicks.
Yeah, where's your J.J. Watt now?
Yeah.
I'll go Broncos on that one.
Vikings, Panthers.
Panthers.
The surprisingly 2-0 Vikings. See, I'm going with the Panthers too.
You got Peterson out. You have the. I know they're 2-0, but you still have the question mark at quarterback as far as big games, and this is the biggest game yet. So yeah.
Next, you got divisional battle. Yep. Giants, Redskins. Giants. I mean,
or as Chris Berman would say, the G-Men.
I think the Redskins are playing right into ours and the rest of the sports media's hands, and I use the term sports media loosely when I talk about us. But
yeah, definitely.
The Redskins, they've started playing decent teams, and 0-2. They got into playoffs last year on strength of schedule or lack thereof.
They are who we thought they were.
Yes. Oh, here you go, dude. Rams, Bucks. Oh, wait, you got to pick a team. No, we picked the G-Men. Rams, Bucks.
Okay. Now, this is an old school matchup as a Buccaneers fan. Because Buccaneers didn't like the LA Rams back when they were in LA before they moved to St. Louis. And they didn't like them once they moved to St. Louis. Because in the, 99 divisional NFC championship game, it was like 12-9 the Rams got in, the Bucks shutting the greatest show on earth, or turf, excuse me. Not that this Bucks team has any connection to any of that. It's just, this is a homer pick. It's the first time I've done this season. Probably won't be the last. But the Rams are just hot garbage, man. And it's my Bucks, so I'm picking the Bucks.
I'm also picking the Bucks because just watch the two teams play. Who's the better team, even without Doug Martin? Tampa Bay. Seahawks 49ers. I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
They're at home. It's Russell Wilson with his Super Bowl ring versus Blaine fucking Gabbert. So, yeah.
And the 49ers wishing that Jesus and khakis was still out there.
Jets and Chiefs.
I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to get accused of something once I say my pick. I'm just... we'll say that.
Jets are healthy. Chiefs are already on their backup running back. Jets.
Really? I'm going Chiefs. And I know somewhere, if there's a fucking Jets fan listening to it, he's gonna fucking bias against us. I have nothing against the Jets. I really don't. I know I've picked against them, but I'm just gonna go Chiefs. I don't know. It is what it is.
Chargers, Colts. Chargers.
I have to say Colts on this one, man. I cannot believe the fucking Colts are gonna go 0-3. I mean, hey, fuck it, they might, but I just gut feeling Colts. And that's what it comes down to.
Battle of Pennsylvania. Another battle of undefeated teams. I believe it's the only other one this week. Steelers, Eagles. Steelers. My gut just says Steelers.
Yep. Sorry to my boy Eric from Philly, but Steelers. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Carson Wentz and Ben got in a fight. Ben would win.
And then
Bears, Cowboys.
And then feel them up in the bathroom.
Yeah. Punch them. Bears, Cowboys. Cowboys.
Only because they're at home. I'll give it to the Cowboys.
And the Bears, they're a shit show this year.
Yeah, what's his face needs to go back to huffing and puffing on top of his fucking kind of hot wife.
Hey, you get to have sex with Kristen Cavallari. It's not all bad.
Yeah, throw some bolt-ons on her and maybe we'll talk.
Yeah, it's true. Feed that bitch a sandwich.
Yeah, she's a little skinny for my taste.
Yeah, same here. But, hot is hot. My penis knows what's up. All right. Monday, September 26th. Classic NFC South matchup. Falcons Saints. Now this one, I'm going with my gut here. I'm kind of using your Colts philosophy here. I don't see the Saints going 0-3.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. But I mean, this one's a hard one for me because as much as I hate the Saints, I hate the Falcons even more. The Falcons are like the Falcons are the Anthony Jeselnik or whatever, that shitty comedian who has way too much confidence for no good reason. They just they don't deserve to be as cocky as they are. On top of that, I have a couple friends who are Falcons fans, and I get to hear from. By the way, haven't heard from them since week 1, but heard a whole lot of shit before week 1. Week 1 came and went, and we're on the precipice of week 3, and I haven't heard shit from them. So, yeah, it's amazing how that works. But yeah, I'm picking the Saints on that one.
All right. Well, I guess now we head on to our local college picks. Here we're perfect. Now it starts getting tough. First, we'll go with the easy one. We'll start with the easy one. Michigan, Penn State. Penn State's not even ranked. They're 2-1 though. Michigan, 3-0.
Well, I mean,
and they're at the big house.
Exactly. That's don't bring that kiddly diddler program in here. Yeah, they're gonna get the spanking that they deserve.
Penn State's gonna get Sandusky'd.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to avoid saying that, but fuck it. If you're going to throw this on the table, yeah, I'll go all in.
It's a podcast. Say what we want. And then, all right, here's a toughie. Michigan State, Wisconsin. State's ranked 8, Wisconsin's ranked 11.
I'm going to let you go first on this one.
Both undefeated.
Both Big Ten.
Yeah. You know what, though? I mean, State's at home in a situation like this. I mean, yeah. In college, I default. I kind of don't go by my my quarterback rule because you don't fucking know half the time with these dudes. You know, a case in point, 4 or 5 years ago, you asked anyone in Ann Arbor, Denard Robinson was going to be an elite NFL quarterback. You know, now he's the fucking backup running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And that's why I'm glad I live outside of Ann Arbor at that point, because I'd have fucking laughed my ass off if I heard someone say that. So,
remember Tate Forcier? How's he doing?
May the Forcier be with you? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. What program is he playing at? Oh, none.
Same one we're playing. Same one we're playing at.
The None-FL.
Actually, I heard he's starting a podcast.
But yeah, I'm defaulting to the home team here. State, Michigan State.
I've made no bones about it, and I've never hid the fact on this podcast that I'm a U of M fan. Don't really like State. However, I don't think they've played to their potential this season, and I think this is the game where they're going to pull that all together, and they're going to go, you know what, fuck it. What the fuck has anyone else besides Ohio State done in this conference in the last couple of years? It's gut check time, and I think they're going to rise to the challenge. So I think it's going to be State, and I think it's going to be big on State's end.
And if you recall from a couple of years ago, isn't this the first time they're playing since that championship game where State blew it right at the end? Like, don't they owe Wisconsin one?
Yeah, and State loves the disrespect card. They love to wear that chip on their shoulder. So that is... you can say what you want about that program, but that is something that is now part of the culture of that program. And that gets shit done, for better or for worse. So, yeah, going to go with State on that one.
All right. That being said, we're going to wrap this bitch up, tie a little bow on it. And, yeah, everybody who's listened at iTunes, listening's only half the battle with iTunes. You got to rate, and you got to leave a comment, because apparently iTunes factors that in. Also, I found out today, here's an interesting factoid, it has nothing to do with sports, but everything to do with podcasts. 45% of all podcasts are listened to through the iTunes media player. 45%. The other 55% is split up amongst everybody else. So, yeah, when you're on that iTunes store, it's important that you rate and comment, as well as listen. Make sure you subscribe too. Don't just rely on us to post it and tell you when it's there. Subscribe to it. Helps us out. At Sporgy_podcast on Instagram. And, yeah, we're on Facebook, but they won't promote our posts because we have orgy in our name. So, fuck them. If you're listening, thank you, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, later, guys.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
If you look around, you'll see the world can be pretty smart. Okay, very smart. At Capella University, we think education should be smart too. That's why we're reshaping online learning with our FlexPath format. You can set your own deadlines, take classes at your own pace, even leverage your previous experience to move faster. So when it comes to earning your bachelor's degree, you know what kind of choice to make. A smart one. Visit capella.edu to learn more. Capella University. Don't just learn smarter.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film. Powder donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the name your price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool. Only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.